Concordia. Prochaine station, Lionel Drouot. Correspondant.
What? They didn't say the orange and green line, they just said correspondence. Correspondence. Of course, is the orange line across from us. There's the Duvernay mechanical station tracks we just passed. The Duvernay mechanical garage, I think it's called. That's where they have some maintenance vehicles parked overnight sometimes. Or supplies, maybe cleaning supplies, mechanical supplies. And it's on Duvernay Street. You can see it between Charlevoix and Lino Group. So somebody asked me on my channel, left a comment or a question, and they asked me, why do I usually ride in the first carriage? Well, today I'm not in the first carriage, I'm in one of the middle ones. I'm going to explain why I usually ride in the first one. So as I said, I don't always ride in the first carriage, but I usually do. As we see the tracks level off here momentarily. So I ride in the first carriage usually, first of all because it's quieter, tends to be quieter. There's less passengers, so when I'm filming I'm less likely to get harassed. Even though I don't usually get harassed, just in case, it's even less likely in the first carriage. But more importantly, the first carriage is quieter in the sense that it's not too much noise, especially on the Azure train. I think on the Azure train, the first and last carriage, they don't have motors in them. There's another MR73 train. And the other reason I tend to film in the first carriage, or the last, is because the first carriage you usually get to see, I guess you could say, the train operator's point of view. So let's say there's a service disruption or something, and I want to film, we're stuck at a station, and I want to film the solid square. Let's say I want to film the solid square or the three flashing lights, and I have a chance to do that if I'm in the front. And also, sometimes it just happens to be that different metro stations are exactly in the front carriage. Now, another place that I like to sit in, whether it's filming or not, is the back carriage, the last carriage. And it's the same reasons. There's less passengers, it's quieter, and you get a unique perspective. And sometimes the exit happens to be at the last carriage. Sometimes the last carriage just happens to be, where I am at any given time in the station. So, that being said, hopefully that answers your question. So, the other thing I want to mention is, I am going to try to film more videos from the middle of trains, like this video right here, the middle car of the MR73, middle carriage. And that way, it kind of diversifies it a bit, gives you a different perspective than always being in the front or back. But in general, I just prefer the front and back carriages. Usually the front over the back. For this one, we're actually in the third carriage from the front. So we're more in the middle of the train. And don't forget, metro trains have nine carriages, 9 cars. So there's 9 carriages to choose from. What is their set? Oh, 53, set 53. A lot of times what I'll do as well, especially on the Azure trains, is I'll move around the train itself. Can't do that as easily with the MR73 unless you actually get out, or you know, get out and switch at each station between the carriages. The Azure, of course, is an open concept. The gangways are open. You can walk from one end of the train to the other without getting off. The MR73s, you can't. You're stuck to each carriage. Unless you take the doors, but that's for emergencies. There's those little doors in between the train carriages, but you get the point. But for this ride, like I said, we're in the third carriage from the front. A lot of MR73s out during rush hour on the Green Line. There's beautiful Jolicoeur, one of my favorite stations because it has natural light coming from the windows, and it's a very shallow station. So we'll get off at Monk. We have Monk to go through, which is next, and then we're getting off at Angrignon Metro station. So I figured I'd do a little rush hour metro ride, which is something I don't usually do often. But it's fun to do sometimes, you know. And by the way, it's Wednesday, May 17th, 2023. It's exactly 4:55 p.m. Eastern. These MR73 trains have about 10 years left of them, of life. So they still got a ways to go. Now to Monk Station, Monk Metro Station, which I will say is one of the darker stations on the Metro. It just seems really dingy and dark. Of course, coming up is Angrignon, which is our terminus station for the eastern part of the Green Line, the eastern terminus of the western. Angrignon Metro Station is the western terminus of the Green Line. Henri-Beaugrand would be the eastern terminus. Yeah, it looks like they're having issues with this train. It cut off again, the announcement. So this is when the train will start to slow down rapidly. So when you got to be holding on tight if you're not sitting down. As you'll see, we're going to slow down momentarily. Rapid deacceleration. There we go. And this is when you get a nice view of the tunnel because it's a slow approach. And usually when you're filming approaches to stations, it's usually good to be in the back carriage.
N'oubliez pas vos effets personnels. Merci d'avoir voyagé avec la STM.
So, yeah, it's better to be in the back when you're approaching because you get more time to see the tracks as we approach, if that makes sense. So get a nice view of the train leaving here. This MR73. And we got another MR73 over there across the platform. Hear that high frequency buzzing coming from probably the bottom of the train. That's going to be our thumbnail right there. Perfect. Alright, so thank you all for watching. As I always say, if you like what you see, hit subscribe, like the video, turn on the notification bell. Your elevator. All right, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.